My name is Amy Wettenkamp, and I am here to teach you some basics of the clarinet. So, first things first, this is what we call a reed, and it is part of the mouthpiece, and it is very important that the reed is nice and moist when you play your instrument. So generally speaking, when I'm putting the clarinet together, I will take the reed and put it in my mouth and make sure that it's nice and moist. Usually I'll do that the whole time I'm putting my instrument together, but for the sake of talking right now, I won't do that. So let's talk about the different parts of the clarinet. Okay, so we have what we call the lower tube and the upper tube, and these two connect. But what you'll notice is there's a little bridge in the middle. Okay, so you've got this piece right here, and then you've got this piece right here. Okay, so what you have to do is push on this to lift that up. See that? And then make sure that that's lifted up while you put the two pieces together. Okay? Make sure that when you're putting your pieces together that you are pushing on the instrument itself and not the keys. Okay, so see how those two pieces went together? There we go. Good. All right, so we've got that. Again, making sure that you're working with the outsides, but not putting your hands on the keys while you're moving it. All right, this is the bell. This goes at the bottom of the piece. I did use some cork grease right before this lesson so that it was easy for me to put my pieces together, and I just rubbed a little bit on the cork pieces of the instruments because sometimes it can be tough if you don't. Okay, so here we have the bell, right, to add on, and then we have our mouthpiece, and this is where we're going to add the cork, okay? The reed. So if you see, there's this flat part right here. You add the reed to that part right there. You just want the tiniest bit of black showing on the top. Okay? And you take this ligature right here. Okay? Make sure that that lines up. I keep doing this backwards. There you go. And you want to make sure it's nice and firm, but not too tight, not too loose, okay? So just give it a nice little tuck it in bed, right? You're going to tuck it in bed, but you won't squeeze it to death, okay? All right, and then once you have all that put together, you'll take your mouthpiece and you will add it to this right here. Right. This is called the barrel. Okay. And then when you have all that put together, then that will go on your instrument. Now, for me, if I'm trying to figure out how to line everything up, I usually just follow the logo because it'll go up and follow it really, really nicely on the instrument. Okay. So, here we go. All right. And we have ourselves instrument. Yay! Make sure that bridge is still connected. Good. Okay. So here is your clarinet. Now let's talk proper embouchure. So moisten your lips. You're going to want to put the lower lip over your bottom teeth. Okay. Firm the corners of your mouth. The slightly puckered smile. Okay, chin down. Okay. Good. Okay. So now if you don't touch anything, open hand, that's a G. If you put your thumb on this bottom one, you get your F. And then add a finger to the front. struggle with that one because I know that I don't put my fingers strong enough on the instrument. So that is something that I have learned, that if you squeeze really tight, right, and you check for circles on your fingers, if you have those circles on the fingers, mine aren't very strong, which means I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So here we go. Here's our placement, right? So open G, thumb makes for F, E, D, C. And make sure you're fully covering the holes or you'll get those squeaks like I did. Okay, so I'm going to play a song for you. Number 18, Go Tell Aunt Rhody. And it starts on an E. So I'm going to test that out first. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. Very good. Now, if you'll notice, while I was playing, I would do this thing called tonguing. And instead of just letting the air stop, I would just keep the air moving and push my tongue on the instrument. And every time that my tongue would hit the section, then that would stop the air and I would go to the next note. Okay, so now that you've learned a piece and the basics, I'm going to teach you how to take this thing apart. Okay, so you take the bell off. Okay, again, that cork grease will make it a lot easier. So you take the bell out, take the mouthpiece off. Okay, don't drop your ligature like I did. Take these apart. Okay. And this actually comes with a little case. Okay. And then you put the ligature around that. Okay, and that goes in your case. And then you take these apart. Now make sure that when you take it apart, you lift up that bridge and you're not pushing on any keys. There we go. Beautiful. Now for cleaning it, we come with this nifty cloth that is weighted, okay? And so what you do is you take that weighted cloth, the weighted part, you put it through into the hole, and then you pull your cloth through. And voila, your instrument is cleaned. And you do that with all of the pieces of your instrument. Make sure that you put your reed back in its case, and never forget to put your corkscrew back in its case. And there you have it, the basics of the clarinet. Thanks for joining.